in.
Well, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs last season, but they really had a hard time against the rest of the Western Conference contenders, in part because they struggled defensively. Offensively, they were pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed it.
Freak kicks to Powell. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range, Klay Thompson grabs the miss.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it, I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there, but he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
Here's Ezeli.
And let's take a look at Steph Curry's numbers. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging about 27 points per, 8 assists, and just over 2 steals. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
Well, he's sneaky. I mean, you don't think he's watching you, and then all of a sudden, he's got the ball heading the other way.
No good on the free throw. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back, late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws, a testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. Pass to Powell. Williams dishes to Freak. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Freak's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically. 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gifts, watch out, watch out.
Williams passes to Freak. They set the pick. Back to Williams. It's Matthews on the wing. Lots of room. And he connects with the jumper.
And a footnote to Ezeli. One of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
6 on the shot clock. Thompson from long range. Here's Ezeli, and that one is hammered home.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead, and in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Freak sets a screen for Matthews. Here's Powell. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
Green, the screen. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And it's 8 points for Klay Thompson.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that...
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort.
And we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough. A different look for Dallas. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Matthews comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Freak subbed in for Raymond Felton. Different look here for the Warriors. Ezeli's checked in for Bogut. Draymond Green comes in for Maurice Spates. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Ezeli in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks made some nice plays. He picked up 5 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
There's the pass to Nowitzki. 16 feet away, off the left rim and out. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Warriors leading by 12. Curry kicks to Green. Nowitzki with the steal. Now Barea, a 20-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee. Counted, his second make in 4 attempts.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Curry kicks to Green. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the half. Good. And that's 13 points for Klay Thompson.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Barea dishes to Freak. Nowitzki a screen. The kick out to Matthews. Freak sets a screen for Matthews. Dallas needs to get off a shot. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Dirk Nowitzki.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Curry. With the shot. Again, Golden State.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
And the first half is...
I'm here with Rick Carlisle and Coach.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here. In what has some of the Mavericks with some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Freak comes in for Parsons, and it's Williams in for J.J. Barea. Then for the Warriors, Spates checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala, and it's Livingston in for Curry. Freak in at shooting guard. Pachulia is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Darren Williams, and it's Matthews in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Pachulia, no luck.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Williams with the ball. Now Green defending. Pachulia the pass to Freak. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone.
Now that's a great move to get to the hoop. Awesome finger roll finish.
Dallas has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Green against Nowitzki. That's good from 17 feet away. Nowitzki's got 6.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Bates sets a screen. Thompson for the triple. No good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, delivering the blowout. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Barbosa is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Rush. And it's Spates in at the 4 slot. Lee against Spates. No good from Lee.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Up the floor. Rush gets the bucket. Rush has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors. The Mavericks shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Harris kicks to Freak. Stolen by Barbosa.
And over the course of last season, and really the last decade, we have seen three-point shooting on the rise. Teams have been making the most of the efficiency of that shot, and it's a big part of successful offenses in the modern NBA.
And it's Harris off the drive, and the rebound goes to the Warriors.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
And with the three-pointers, the best teams in the NBA are great, Adam Clark. All 4 of the conference finals teams from last year were tops in the NBA in 3.
Yeah, it's definitely a predominant stat in the NBA now. And you look at some of the numbers. Curry broke his own record for made threes in a season. The Rockets set the team record. It's a real part of the game that you have to be good at to succeed in the league.
This is what happens when he gets on a roll. I mean, you're not going to see a better rhythm shooter than this guy.
Clark dishes to Spates. Golden State moving it around. Harris outside. The dish to Freak. Trying his luck deep. Warriors with the rebound. Ezeli's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Pass to Barbosa. No one near him. Can't hit. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Passes it to Parsons.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Here's Spates. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's measuring. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Felton comes in for Freak. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you.